This video, we're going to take a look at Alabama against Georgia and probably what was the game of the year, especially so far. I mean, just the atmosphere and just the athletes on the field. Obviously, neither team was perfect, but both teams played with a ton of energy. In a game you thought Alabama was going to run away with at halftime, Georgia came back and found a way to make it really interesting there at the end. We're going to jump right in and take a look at Alabama's offense and their pass game here to start off with. And the very first thing you have is you've got a twins looking at the boundary. So you got two receivers, you got fullback, running back, and you got one receiver way out here. It's one-on-one. You see everybody else is right here. There's one high safety, so probably a press corner outside. And what ends up taking place here, you got a free release there by the running back. Fullback, he's check releasing. These guys are working across on that. And outside here, you just got to go one-on-one with a corner. So you're running that go, and that's the very first look for Milroe. If he likes it, he's going to take it. If not, he's going to come down to the back. You got your climb working across here, and he likes to go. So right here, let's go ahead and lay it out there for our guy. This is early in the first quarter. Just throws it up. I mean, it doesn't really beat him over the top really bad, but ends up just fighting for the football. So a really good play here by the wide receiver trying to find a way to make a play. And right here, attacks it. Huge play there to start off the game. Tons of momentum here for Alabama, just throwing a straight go ball against 12. Emmanuel Henderson here winning his one-on-one, making a huge play early in the game there against Georgia. Right here's a look from Georgia where they're bringing pressure. So six-man box. They do end up bringing six. You only got 5 to protect. So you are going to have an unblocked defender here on this one. You got 3 receivers here, only 2 defenders, single high safety, so they are trying to zone this off. But right here on this one, the guy that's unblocked ends up being a D tackle. They actually double here to the linebacker, base, he's base there. I'd really say we should probably base there and leave this Mike, but they leave the D tackle. And right here, Jalen Milroe, just the suddenness and quickness and how athletic he is. He just steps up through an arm tackle right here. And then once you get through that arm tackle on a 6-man pressure against empty, there's really nobody left. So right there he takes off and now just turns into speed. These guys were zoned off, so they did have their eyes in the backfield on the quarterback. And then Milroe just too athletic. Just outruns these guys. It's on 1st and 20. So right there you feel like you got them backed up behind the sticks. But now, hey, you make a D tackle miss. It's unblocked. And now most athletic guy on the field right there, Jalen Milroe, outruns some pretty good players. Gets Alabama up close to the first down right there in an empty look. So Georgia right there being pretty aggressive defensively, and Milroe makes him pay with a pretty big play, about 15 yards on just a scramble. This is the exact same play as the first one. So right here you got to go. These guys are working across, again, twins to the boundary. You got to dig here from the outside. You got check release here from the fullback, free release here from the back. So you're really probably looking here. If you don't like it, now you can work across the field 2, 3, and you get your check down there from the back. And here, really good look. So Milroe starts his eyes here. And a little bit different look. So you got 2 high look here from Georgia. So it's not just one-on-one here with the press. Now 2-on-1, don't want to take that shot. He widens there. Now we're getting off of it pretty quick. So right there, Milroe gets off of it pretty quick. Now his eyes are getting to the middle of the field. He sees him working across. Doesn't like it. Finds 3. See just how quickly he gets through his progression. So this is a really good job. Something that he definitely would have done last year. So 1, 2, 3. We're all the way to the backside to that basic. With that guy getting out, it widened out this outside linebacker. Tons of space. Corner playing off over the top of that. Easy throw and catch. Again, get to Ryan Williams. And once you get to Ryan Williams, I mean, there are a lot of players out there that have some suddenness to them. Right there, boom, he catches it. He peeks around, sees where that DB is, and he flips around and goes the other way. I mean, just the suddenness of this guy moving around, making people miss is unbelievable. And then right there, just puts his foot in the ground again. Now just gets back across there, arm tackle. Actually about 5 yards that most players aren't going to get. So, I mean, that kid is special. Just the way that he's how elusive he is, how athletic he is in the open field. But, again, Milroe getting through his reads, getting through his progression, get to basically what I would say is probably the 4th option on this play. This is a great look right here of using motion. Now, they started empty, motion him across right here, and the Mike, who's manned up with him. It's very obvious, hey, it's man-to-man. Mike's running with him, and that's the matchup you like. You got a running back on a Mike, and he's behind, and he's going flat here. Should outrun him vertical, and that's what happens on this one. So if you didn't like it, maybe you had a corner chase him or whatever. Now we can get back underneath, running these meshes. You got a pyramid, probably a post or an out right there, and likes it. So right there, takes it, and there's just a little bit of space. This ain't just awful coverage there by this linebacker, but again, you're a linebacker running with a running back. You should lose that every single time. And right there, really good throw and catch against tight coverage. And right here on this look, you can really see how much space there is and how far behind that linebacker is. Right there, tons of field. I mean, right there, you got half the football field, but you got a linebacker one-on-one with a running back. Take that every single time and just lays it out there. Running back makes a play. Good adjustment to the football. Huge play right there. Continue the momentum there for Alabama. Another look here of one of Alabama's favorite plays, and this isn't just a huge, crazy play, but you're running a corner there, you got it out, and then you're running a snag here, and Georgia's bringing pressure. They love to bring pressure right there, but then they don't cover it up with anybody in the middle of the field. With this corner, you're running off that safety. He sees that flat. He goes right there. Your first look is going to be 1, 2, 3 to the back, and up here you got slants for if you like double slants here on this one. But really good job. Hey, feeling pressure. Let's go to that snag. It's going to replace the blitz. And right there, just sitting right in the middle of the field, easy throw and catch. Puts it on his body, getting vertical. Nobody left because they had vacated off that blitz. And pretty good pickup here by the O-line as well. Only bringing 5 because his defensive end drops. So they set to it. Easy pickup there for Alabama. Other than this guy getting absolutely flat back by that defensive end. Got to have a lot better base on this. But right there, easy throw and catch. Big play there for Alabama. Anytime they blitz, you got to make them pay. Replace the blitz with the football. That's what they did here. Here's another look of just Milroe getting out in the passing game. So with trips closed, you had a 3 receiver, a little bit wider bunch, and only a 4-man rush. So getting a little bit of chip here with that linebacker, and as he's getting out, brought that outside linebacker from the weak side, pick it up. But right here, Milroe, feeling a little bit of pressure. Let's step up, take off, outruns this defensive end. All right, not a big deal. This is, again, on 1st and 19, so they got behind the sticks again. Right here, Milroe taking off. And then once he gets right here, everybody's thinking, all right, he's going to get down or something. No, he just outruns everybody to the sideline, which, I mean, this is, again, now it turns into, hey, this is not an average quarterback or even just a good quarterback. He just outruns everybody. He's the best athlete on the field, and right here, it's unbelievable. So, outruns them. The entire defense steps up, then outruns corners, outruns safeties, and gets 20-plus yards, about 24 yards on a scramble. Again, the defense, this is a killer because you think you got him behind the sticks, and you cover everybody up, and then you just don't condense the pocket enough, and Milroe takes off and turns into a huge play. Here's a look of an interception. Again, this is one of their favorite plays, and they ran it a ton at Washington and stuff, but right here, basically, you got a vertical or a post. You got a guy going to the flat serve from the running back spot. You're blocking for a second, and then you release into the open alley. So really, you're looking 1 if you don't like it. Now you're going to look 2 right here to the check down. And when that guy expands with the running back, because he sees this guy blocking, he just expands to the back, turns into a void right here. But there are just a ton of guys with a 3-man rush. This guy's sitting there spying, probably 2 spies, and not just the most accurate football. But then again, tight end, you can't just bounce this thing up and turn it into a volleyball match and just flip it right there to the safety. Man, they're up 28-7. Just give the ball away right here. Really tough right there. Would have loved to get another touchdown here right before the half. But, I mean, things happen. Not a perfect throw. And obviously, could have just made a play right there on that one, but that'd been a difficult play. But definitely sucks that he just batted it up right to the safety. Here's a good look of it again. Chip, once he goes to the flats, he's gone. Now he's going right there to that void. Not just a ton of space, but you should be able to make that throw, put on his face mask, and see what happens. Probably get 10 yards there. But unlucky there. Big play there for Georgia. Now into the second half here against Georgia, which obviously ends up being a crazy half. There you got a vertical here to the 2-receiver side. Alabama's an empty, a slot fade, some sort of option here, then outside a hitch. And right here, it sees it. If it's a 1 high look, you want to go over here to this slot fade. But if you don't like the slot fade because it's a 2 high look, great. You got this guy. He's going to work to the middle of the field. And there's Ryan Williams. That's our guy. And right here, quickly, Milroe notices, hey, 2 high look. You see his eyes go down the middle of the field. He sees they stay split. So great, I'm going to go right here to the guy that's attacking the middle of the field. They do get a little bit of pressure here. This is a 4-man rush. They bring this Mike, and they don't do a great job of sorting this out and squaring him up. So they are getting edged here. So not just a great job here with Pro, but right there, Milroe likes it laid out there to your guy who's beat that safety, tons of space. If you can put more pace to it to the middle of the field, he's got a lot better chance to go make something happen. But right there, throws it right at him. Pretty good adjustment, knocks it up to himself, and makes a play, extremely athletic play. And then again, when he catches it, just the suddenness, as soon as it hits his hands here, he gets his eyes on the DB, puts his foot in the ground, and makes him miss. And Medusa does a spin and then flips around and takes off, gets another 5 yards. Extremely athletic play. Again, easy read there for the defense right there, getting into empty. They have to show what they're doing. Love a little bit better protection so they don't get edged there, but good read thrown to the middle of the field with a 2 high look. This is the go-ahead touchdown of the game, and it's a 2x2 look. Looks like Georgia's way off. That guy's right in the middle of the field. You got a press corner, and this is the first play of the drive after Georgia scores to take the first lead of the game. So right here, You think Alabama's offense said, we might want to try to get into a little bit of rhythm. Hell no. Let's go ahead and throw a deep ball here. Ryan Williams, let's let him eat. Just throws it up. Great adjustment to it. And one of the most impressive things about this, obviously, hey, one-on-one, let's take our shot. Great, pretty wide part of the field. But once he goes up, he catches it. He comes down about 3 inches from the sideline. Both feet come down in bounds. So boom, goes up, makes a play. He looks down and sees where he's at. I mean, look at his eyes. See, they go straight down as soon as the ball hits his hands. Flips around. Look at the hips that this guy has. It's unbelievable. Goes up, makes a play. Boom. Doesn't even get phased at all. Just flips around. And now he's back to full speed. You got this guy trying to recover. Not nearly the athlete that this guy is. Somehow he's a DB at Georgia, and this guy is head and shoulders above that guy. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the brakes on, make these guys look like the damn Three Stooges, and run into each other. 4 and 12. You know, they hit each other right there. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and spin around. I mean, just the athleticism of this guy and just how quickly. Look at that one-step spin. His foot hits the ground, and the next step, he's all the way back around. Now he's back to full speed. I mean, that's an unbelievable play. And then he outruns these guys. That's a, what can you say? That's an unbelievable play. Maybe the play of the year so far in college football. Huge play, 75-yard touchdown there right before 2 minutes. Down 1 to Georgia. No momentum there for the Tide. Unbelievable play by a freshman. Here's a look at this two-point play. So you got 3 receivers out here wide. You got all 3 DBs, and you got a guy here. He's going to go out, and he's going to go up. That's Jeremy Bernard. And, again, you can take a look at this route and see just how good and patient it is. So right there he comes off the ball. He's pacing. Now he sticks his foot in the ground, turns his head to the out. Then he's going to that upfield shoulder, trying to make sure that you can't throw that underneath right now. Then he flips his hips to the back pylon. No chance here for that DB safety. Trying to play it out to the back of the end zone. Easy throwing catch. Now, of course, Milroe makes this a lot more entertaining than it should be. Should put it right there on his face mask and make it easy for him. And, of course, if they didn't put 3-on-3 right there, maybe there's 2 guys here over the top. This stick nod, then he'd go outside to the screen right there. But they took 3-3, so he's able to work that stick nod the whole time. Easy throwing catch. And probably backside, you got a one-on-one. If you like that, cool, let's take it. But they end up not liking it. He's falling down doing all that. That's the look. You want that double move there on a safety. Big play. Good throwing catch. Now we're going to take a look at the run game. And right here, really good look. You got Bernard coming right here. You got trips closed. He's arcing out here to the linebacker. He's leading there on the edge as well. Just running power read. So these guys are going to double there to the backside linebacker, block back, pull for the first linebacker, gap hinge. And it's a great way to get on the edge of the defense. And on this one, reading this defensive end, what does he do? If he squeezes, like what he does right here, easy read. Go ahead and hand that. We got Bernard on the edge. Tight end does a great job working the outside shoulder. Running back's working out there to that corner. And he ends up kicking right there. And then a great read here by Bernard, getting vertical right after that kick. And then you got these guys. It just turns to a foot race. You got safeties rolling down, linebackers rolling in. And see what Bernard can do. He ends up putting a stiff arm on a safety. Outrun the guy. Easy way to get on the edge there. Power read for Alabama. Of course, with Milroe's legs, those guys are going to play towards that. But, again, you're going to get an athlete on the edge. It's going to be hard to tackle. Right there, 17 gets mushed in the face. Easy first down there for Alabama early in the game. Of course, down the goal line, these guys are going to squeeze hard and do all this, but you've obviously, with Milroe's legs, got to be aware of that. And it's just inside zone going to the left. They're working here. He's trying to sift this up to the linebacker. He's arcing for the quarterback. So here's your read. He squeezes so hard that he's not able to get up on the linebacker, and then he just ends up trying to block that guy, get on him. But Milroe decides, hey, let's go ahead and pull it. He's squeezing hard, one-on-one with the safety. And, of course, speed of Milroe. He doesn't quite get into the end zone, but right there again, red zone goal line, first drive. This is on a 2nd and 4 after they Milroe had to scramble to get down there close to the first down on a 1st and 20. But right there, 7-8 yards, quarterback pull, easy read there. Defense that's squeezing hard on that tight end. Very next play right here, just running pin and pull. He's blocking down. He's blocking down here. You're going to pull this guard out here. They're pinning. Again, leave the corner. Let's let those guys make a tackle. So great job right there working that upfield shoulder. Pin there by the tight end. 52 working around. He even puts a hand on his back. Lets him know, hey, I'm here. Great job here by the receiver as well. It's man-to-man. Now we got to block our guy. So right there, really good play. Then, of course, Milroe's speed. They don't even worry about this guard getting there. They outrun linebackers, D-linemen. Walks into the end zone there. Again, great call. I mean, it's just a motion in to a fullback spot. Now we're going pin and pull. Down, lead. And they pin right there. Take 2 for 1. Make this safety work in. Again, man-to-man. If you pin somebody, that guy that's manned up on you is going to replace you as well. So you can take 2 for 1. That's what happens here. They outrun the guy that's supposed to crack, replace. 17 has no awareness on it and is so late to the party. Milroe walks into the end zone. Now a good look of counter, a little bit of GT here from Alabama. Of course, you're arcing here with the backside. Fullback tight end, straight downhill, trying to kick, trying to lead on this linebacker, but also blocking down, blocking to the backside linebacker. And pretty hard squeeze here by Georgia's D end. He doesn't really wrong shoulder, but he boxes this thing so hard. Great. He decides, hey, I'm going to go ahead and wrap around to the outside for this linebacker that had already filtered inside. So right there, linebacker doesn't do a great job. He's being really aggressive, gets downhill, gets too many guys in the gap with how hard he squeezes. Running back just bounces it to the outside. Second play, this is behind linebacker. Doesn't quite scrape it like he should. He's running through this open window. Really good read here by the back. Seeing that linebacker playing too tight right there, running through that C gap, and he bounces all the way out to the D gap. Huge play for Alabama. Again, keeping that momentum. I mean, creating explosive plays in the run game, just running GT. Bad read right there by the linebacker. No look here, just inside the zone. Motion here. He's arcing for the quarterback. These guys are taking man on. And again, easy read, man. These DNs, they're squeezing this thing extremely hard. They don't want this guy to get up on the linebacker. Keep those linebackers free is what they're thinking. And right there, if they would have had to hand the ball, no chance that he's getting up on the linebacker. So his DN would be free, the linebacker would be free. But Milroe pulls it. With that motion guy, he's getting all the way to the backside. Let's go ahead and get there and kick. And then just speed beats these linebackers. Great job falling forward again. He's using the Milroe's legs, keeping the defense honest right there, creating a pretty good play. Already up 14. Another touchdown here, same play. Motion him here, power read, arcing out here. This is our read. We're going to double there to the backside, block the nose, gap hinge right there. Pull for the first linebacker, and this running back's going to lead as well. There's a corner out here somewhere. And on this one, this DN, he does widen just a little bit, but he just pauses for just a count. So right here, he is kind of in no man's land. He could pull this thing, but he just sees that late pause. Let's go get the ball on the edge. It's 1st and goal. Let's let our guy go. This safety does set the edge a lot better than they did last time. He steps up, sets the edge, trying to turn this thing back. But Bernard just got to the end zone. But right here, again, pretty good job setting the edge. Good contact, but we got to be a little bit more to turn him back to these guys that are running. If you let him get to the outside, no chance for anybody else to run him down. So right there, huge play, great patience, great job getting to the end zone on a power read. Just a little bit of a hesitation there, but by the defensive end, they kept Milroe from keeping it on the power. Of course, if he would have been running out hard, now you'd have Milroe right down the middle of the field, probably one-on-one with a safety that's rolling over. Right there, they get the edge. Big touchdown there for Alabama, going up 21-0. All right, here's a look of a 4th down, and you know, people I think are saying this would be a pull, but I think this is a straight run for the quarterback. Everybody's blocking out unbalanced set. You got 3 receivers here, tight end. He's going down. I think his job is to block this unblocked defensive end right here, because I don't think there's even a chance. This mesh isn't close enough for them to hand the ball. So right here, I think his job is, hey, I'm going to make it look like I'm going inside zone. Then I'm going to go block this guy. Boom. And now we got Milroe out there on the edge. Corner try to fly down. Now it's just a race. And Milroe ends up winning that. Just a little bit of a stiff arm. And then just it's a race to the end zone. And Milroe wins this all the way to the end zone. Huge touchdown. He had a pretty good dance there afterwards as well. But I think this is one where, hey, we want to go one-on-one with this corner. He's acting like he's getting the inside zone. Then he's going to block this unblocked guy. Everybody's squeezing down hard. Of course, this is a 4th and 1. Everybody's keyed up, trying to get there into the fit. And everybody squeezes it. Now it's one-on-one with the corner. And feel good about that with Milroe against any corner. So right here, just runs by the guy, stiff arms him, and then outruns everybody to the end zone. This to me was a big issue of the night. This is again on a 4th and 1, right around the same area, and they're just running an inside zone duo. He's working back across to block the unblocked guy there to the front side, which is just a corner flying down. But the other issue here is this running back. I mean, it's 4th and 1. What are we doing? Like, we hadn't even been touched yet, and look at how we're running here. We're running sideways. We're not sitting there falling forward. This safety sees this alley enough that he's flying in there. This running back should see this alley as well. Hey, it's 4th and 1. But when put your foot in the ground and get vertical, fall forward. It's you and this dude for 1 yard. Get a yard. Stop trying to bounce that thing, especially on a 4th and 1. We've got to get vertical in that alley, playing with momentum. He stops his momentum, falls sideways, doesn't get a first down. Right there on that, I know the offense and Deboer are saying, we should get this first down. Hit that thing. Fall forward, get a first down, get it, and let's move on. You can't try to bounce that thing outside on a 4th and 1 and fall horizontally on a safety that filled from about 8 yards back. Can't happen. Got to be able to get this first down. Bad run here by the running back. Should have kept this drive alive. But here he ended up giving Georgia a little bit of momentum. We looked at the offense. Now we're going to look at some of the defense plays. And right here, some of the turnovers, Alabama was able to create them. And this very first one, I mean, They even got the graphics, Stadium Pulse, looking at toughness rank, whatever. Nobody cares what's happening there. What's happening here is a miscommunication from Georgia. So they check it, and they check to a screen here because it does look like a pressure look from Alabama. And everybody gets to check for the screen except for this outside receiver. And this outside receiver just runs some sort of a route. Maybe they had a route on, and so he's running a slant. And Carson Beck, for whatever reason, hey, you know what? I'm just going to flip this thing out here anyway, even though my guy's just running a daggum slant. He throws it out there like he thinks it's a screen and throws it right to the DB. So miscommunication right there. Crowd noise really makes an issue right here on this one. Of course, pressure look, and you can see, hey, this would have been a heck of a play. They are bringing pressure. If he runs like a tunnel screen right here, he's kicked there. He's running right there to lead. If they get it up around this defensive end, you got a chance for a big play right here. Because if he's sitting right here, great, he's going to roll into this alley. Safety's rolling down. Got a lot of guys out there in front. But instead, interception here for Alabama, already up 14. And she throws it right to the DB. You got to have a little bit more awareness there by Carson Beck. You can't just throw it to a guy that's not running the right route. And, I mean, easy throw and catch it. And as well, if that guy is running the route, this ball is going downfield. Not real sure what's going on right here with the communication or why Carson Beck would throw that. You just got to hold on to it, take a sack here. Really interesting look here from Georgia there in the 4-receiver set. You got tight end, 3 receivers, single over here. You're running a vertical. He's working across. Tight end's working to that far hash. He's working across. And you got this guy right down the seam. A one high look here from Alabama. They are playing cover 3. And as you see, there is a big alley here in the seam. You got to put that thing on him with a little bit more air. And instead, he throws it almost like he's going to let him bend in. I mean, this is a one high look. As you see, he's midpoint in these verticals. Great, but we got to put this out here. You can't bend him all the way into the hash on this. That's what Carson Beck does. Linebacker just walks there to it, hits him right in the chest. Doesn't even really have to jump for it. Right there, just a bad throw. I mean, you got a seam right now. You got to put this thing on him. You can't bend him into that window. Easy pick there by linebacker. And right here on this look, you can really see there's the seam. I mean, we're midpointed here by the corner. You got to beat this underneath coverage and put it on him, on his body. You can't bend him all the way back to the middle of the field. I guess he doesn't see this linebacker that's just lurking and tries to put it right on, make it a perfect throw. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to be in the window. Does a poor job right here. Should be an easy throw and catch here for an explosive play. Right here's a huge play in the game. Safety right before the half. And this is a ton of dudes get into the blitz. And right here, gets a guy free. 19, fires through the gap. Georgia doesn't have enough guys to block him. 19 is free, and they're trying to run a double move. So they're running a stutter and go. This is on a 3rd and 10. You got to check out of this as far as protection when you see those guys down that tight. You can't get a double move. You should just be running like an out. Should be running like a slant or an out or something. Just get the ball out of our hands. But instead, we're trying to run a double move. Really poor call there by Georgia. Should check out of this. Obviously against this look. Pump fakes it and then gets tackled. And then just rips it out there. Nowhere close to the wide receiver. So they do end up getting a safety here on grounding. Nowhere near the guy. The guy doesn't even see it. This thing's 20 yards away. Just one of those things. Had to get out of his hand. I mean, it's going to take too long, especially against this look, this pressure. Absolutely zero chance for a double move outside for Georgia. Another look here of just the defensive line getting after it. I mean, they are doing a great job. Containing. Started being a ball player. He ended up being pretty good in the second half when they just let that guy go out there and throw the ball around. But right here, must be great coverage on the back end. Really can't see it. But here, 4 chases him down. Great job knocking the ball out. Not only just getting him on the ground, but also having the awareness to swat at the football. Gets it knocked out. Huge turnover right here. Obviously, Georgia's getting quite a bit of momentum here. Any points out of this. Right here on the back end, you can see the coverage. They're just going to a cover 2 look, getting way off the hash. Middle of the field is wide open right there. Nobody's getting to it. Now, if you were really trying to coach it up, there is a ton of space right here. Should be drilling this football into the seam. Carson Beck gets off of it, doesn't see it for whatever reason. I don't really like the awareness here from Beck. I mean, there's no pressure. This is great protection. Should be drilling it to the middle field. Middle field is open. Work that seam right there. Doesn't see it, starts scrambling. And, of course, we know what happens. It turns into a turnover there for Alabama. And just to cover one look, it looks like they're running verticals. For whatever reason, Carson Beck wants to go to the wide side of the field against a off corner whose eyes are in the backfield. Must be a matchup deal. I know this is a freshman, but right here is your better look with a press going vertical. He's not going to be able to see the football. But right here on this one, with an off corner, playing man-to-man, he just takes a jab step and he rips this thing out there. His eyes have been on the quarterback this entire time. He closes the space, goes up with 2 hands, and makes a play to finish the game. But right here on this one, again, I think this is a poor read. I'm not going to the wide side of the field with an off DB that can see everything. I'm going to go down here to the short side. It's a shorter throw. And this guy's not going to have his eyes on me the whole time. This DB's got, hell, at some point this guy's an SEC player as well. Go ahead and take a shot down here against the press corner. With all that being said, man, huge game from Alabama. Gave them a leg up in the SEC race, and obviously biggest win for really anybody that's still in contention for the playoffs. So it's really going to boost them. I don't know if they're going to end up going to #1 over the top of Texas or anything, but it was a heck of a win. And obviously, great environment, great football game. And really, I just think it's probably the first huge game in the SEC of some really good teams. They're going to have some epic games, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see everything that we break down this college football season. And I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.